Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making this like yellow and orange themed summery set. I created this design before, I think it was last year during summer. I had created and I had a customer who ordered it on my website. So I am starting out with a nude by Rarjsm. It's number 271. Just gonna lay down 2 coats of that on each nail except for the ring finger. That one will be painted in orange color. I'm also going to be using airbrushing in this video as well instead of the sponge. Just kind of wanted to switch it up, I guess, and show you how I do my airbrushing too, so you can see that. I do prefer using the sponge, but just some designs, especially like this one, it just looks more neater and cleaner, I think, using an airbrush. I hate dragging my airbrush gun out, but I knew for this one I was going to be using it like pretty much on the whole set, so it was worth it. So I went ahead and painted that ring finger a nice bright orange color, and then I am going in with all of the French tips, laying those down, just getting all the base colors and base designs laid down. I wanted to also say that I apologize. I have not been as active on my YouTube as I've been before, and it's just I'm dealing with life again and trying to sell my house and find another house and move. But I can say once we do find another home and I am all moved in and settled, I am definitely going to be picking up back on my YouTube channel and posting all the time, on my social media. I really want to get back into this. I want my YouTube channel to grow and go somewhere. So yeah, I just try to be patient with me. I'm trying to post as much as I can. Usually I don't go this long, but again, like I said, it's just things are getting in the way, but I really want my YouTube channel to really grow big, and I know I can't do that if I'm not posting. So once I am settled into a new house, my content is gonna just go through the roof, and I'm gonna be posting all the time. So yeah, I did just want to say that in case anybody's been wondering where I've been. So yeah. So now that I have all the design laid down, the base colors laid down, this is when I'm going to start pulling out my airbrush. I got this airbrush gun off of Amazon, nothing too special. It's affordable, and it is available on my Amazon storefront, but I know that there are airbrush paints that you can use as well. But for this one, it just didn't have the colors that I needed. So I did go ahead and put the gel polish into the airbrush gun and mix a little bit of acetone to get the color. And then I go ahead and start spraying. And if you've seen just now, I just made a mistake and I wiped off, because when you're using an airbrush gun, if you spray like too close or too strongly, like if you're pressing the button down too hard, using too strong of a hand, it can kind of make like this splotching, and I left that in there so you could see that. And that is what happened there. I think I was a little too close and I was pushing a little too heavy. So you just take some acetone, wipe that off, and then continue spraying. And like I said, I use a light hand and kind of hold back from it, and you get that perfect spray. And then after that, I go in, as you can see, with a little bit of acetone and a brush, and I clean up the French. That's what I'll be doing throughout. And then go back in, and this is the other hand I'm doing. Again, just painting the one color down, which is the orange. Going back in, cleaning it up. So now I cleaned out the airbrush, and that's the most like annoying part, I guess, is having to clean the airbrush in between. And to clean it, I just put some acetone in it, run it through until the polish is gone. So now I've mixed the yellow into the airbrush and starting to airbrush the center of that ring finger to get that nice pretty yellow aurora effect. And this you may need to do a few times. Like I let it cured and then went back in with a second coat to get it nice and bright. That is what I did for this nail set. And then when the airbrushing is done, I go ahead and put a light top coat down on all of the nails. So that way I know that the airbrushing is not going to go anywhere in case I mess up, which, you know, you can mess up when you're painting like a design on top of the airbrush. And if you go in with a little bit of acetone or alcohol or whatever, try to erase that, it's going to take that airbrush right off. So I always put a thin layer of top coat down to protect the airbrushing that I just did. So now I'm going in with Nails by Dev, her Baddest Black gel liner. And this is when I start to make like the little animal prints, like doing the little dots on top of the airbrush and then creating the little stripes on the sides and stuff like that. If you haven't used the Nails by Dev, the black gel liner that I'm using, I do highly recommend it. No, I'm not sponsored in this video or anything like that. I'm just saying that this is one black gel liner that I really do love. It is really pigmented, versus like using black gel polish, for instance. It's just not as pigmented. This one, it just goes on really smooth. It's nice. So yeah, I did just want to say that in case you want to give it a try. So yeah, I'm just going to go in and on all of the nails except for the middle and the ring. So it's going to be the thumb, the pointer, and the pinky. I'm literally just going to go in on both hands and create these like zebra stripes along with some dots. And you can see throughout that like I will mess up and need to like erase something off. And again, that's why I put the top coat down so I don't mess up my airbrush. So now that I have that design down, I'm going to take this middle finger off and put it on a separate nail stand just because it's easier for me to do. And I am going to start creating that flower. I'm using the Makart, I do believe it's the 4-in-1 Glux gel, like 3D gel, and it's in the clear. They have it in clear and white. I like using this gel. It's just easy to work with for me. So I'm going in and creating that flower. I usually start off by just rolling up a little ball, and then from the ball pulling down to the center of the flower, if that makes sense, is the way I kind of create these type flowers. So that is what I'm doing here, and then I'm going to go in and paint it. And for the next nail, the ring finger, I take it off as well and put it on a separate stand. And right there, I think I had just forgotten to top coat it. So that's what I was doing there, was applying the top coat on top of the airbrush. And then I go in and I'm actually using the Makart rhinestone glue for this. And I find that it's easier to make these like 3D lines by using a liner brush and just squeezing the glue right onto the tip of the brush, so you get like a nice ball. There I'd messed up because I put too thick of a line down. It just didn't really match the other ones. So yeah, if you take like the glue and squeeze it onto the brush itself, and it creates like this little ball, and then you can lay the ball down with the brush, and then glide the brush through, it creates like the perfect lines. So that's what I'm doing for the ring fingers on this set. And you do want to go ahead and top coat that, so that way when you put the 3D on, you don't want to top coat on top of that, because then it just kind of gets rid of the 3D look. Now I already picked out my charms. I have them set aside, and I always go in and I buff where I'm going to put the charms at, and I'm going in with some glue and then just start applying these pretty little flowers onto the thumb and the pinky. And I'm gonna be playing with some caviar beads. I put like some gold caviar beads around the flowers as well to make it look cute. But yeah, so that is what I'm doing here, is just putting on all the charms and the gems. Once I'm done with that, I go back in, and of course I put glue around the bigger charms. It's just something that I always do. And then I go in with some top coat. I think the top coat I'm using for this one was Nails Bling Supply, their top coat. I like their top coat and their matte top coat. They're really nice. But I just go in and apply it all over the nails, including the flower, really coating those caviar beads in the center of the flower. Just want to make sure that they're nice and coated and like encapsulated in. And then go around all of the charms. I do top coat on top of the flowers to encapsulate like the caviar beads as well, because I don't want them, you know, just to be easily coming off of the flowers. So gluing them down plus top coating them ensures that they stay there. But here's the final look. I absolutely love this set. Again, this set is available on my website. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.